For a free sample pack of the sounds made in this video today, go to sonily.com. That's SONNILY.com.
Mod you later.
So, let's talk about signal flow for a moment. We're using a few different elements to layer our kick drum. I set this up to be very exploratory because, after all, one of the best parts about a modular synth is that it's a do whatever you can dream up machine. So we're using make noise pressure points to trigger everything. So it will send a gate signal for as long as we hold it down. This allows us to let our sub bass and samples ring out for longer presses. We're using the CV bus that comes built into the Make Noise shared system case to malt the signal. You can use any malt to do this. So we are sending that signal to a few different modules here. We're sending it to the control of the Optimix, which will be opening up and closing a continuous sine wave or other type of wave from the Make Noise DPO. So we're mostly going to be using it as a sub bass. So for that reason, I highly recommend you wear headphones for this video. So when we use pressure points to open up that gate and let that sine wave come in, if we isolate it, you can hear that low end coming through, and that's just going to be continuous as long as we hold down that press of the pressure points. So moving on, we're also sending that signal to the Erica Synths Pico Drums, and we're just using it to control a kick sample. So whether that's either this or that, we can just play around and see whatever feels good in the moment. And we're also sending it to my micro plats, which is originally by Mutable Instruments, and it's basically just a sound source module, but it's very powerful, and we can use it to get a variety of different percussive sounds. I think that's how we're using it today. Adding a high-frequency percussive element to your kick can definitely help give it a little bit of punch and grit. And we're also sending our pressure point signal to the Morphagene. And we're sending it into the play input on the Morphagene, and I've got a variety of different samples of sounds around my desk that I've been using, and we're kind of just adjusting the different parameters in the Morphagene. Mylar Melodies has an amazing demo of the Morphagene, which I highly recommend you check out if you're unfamiliar with this module. But we're mostly just changing around which sample we're playing and turning knobs until we hear something that sounds really cool. So let's bring all of our elements back into the mix. There we go. And I just want to say this is really just supposed to be an exploratory patch where we're feeling comfortable making mistakes along the way and seeing what we come up with, making happy little accidents. So the performance mixer allows you to add effects by way of two sends that we're sending to the Echophone and the Make Noise Herb Verb. So we're having delay and reverb that we can choose to send by way of flipping these little switches to either 1 or 2. In this case, delay is on 1 and reverb is on 2. And I have the returns of those sends coming back in to dedicated channels on the performance mixer. I was just using the combined oscillator output out of the DPO. I'm liking the sub bass more, so I'm switching back to a sine wave. And that's the basic idea and signal flow behind this patch for layering your kick drum. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. If you want a free sample pack of the sounds I made in this video and more, go to sonily.com. That's SONNILY.com, and you can download it there. We'll see you in the next one.